Hello, beautiful. Hello, handsome. I hope you're feeling amazing. It's the Heart Healer, and this is your energetic forecast for this week. Yeah, we're about to get straight into the energy you should expect for the rest of the week, the energy that's flowing around you, within you, and all of that. I feel like, hold on, why is somebody calling my phone right now, and they don't have no business calling my phone. They don't have any business calling my phone right now. But I just feel like that could be significant. I feel like people are realizing, because I also had a dream last night that somebody that I was romantically involved with at some point, I had a dream that they reached out to me and they wanted to basically be in my company again. They wanted to, because in a dream, he started to pretty much call my phone all the time. And when he would call my phone and I would answer, he would be like, I just want to talk to somebody. I just want somebody to talk to. I just want to hear from you. And that's pretty much the main part of the dream. I remember in the dream, I was doing a lot of stuff by myself. Like I was taking myself out to the movies and stuff like that. But throughout my entire dream, he just kept reaching out to me in this dream. So I feel like that could be significant. I feel like this week, you know what I haven't done? I haven't done an affirmation of the week in a long time. And the affirmation that I pulled out, it says, I am free from unhealthy personal beliefs. I feel like these people that you dealt with or that you could be currently dealing with, they put you in a mind frame of feeling like you have to beg for love almost. They put you in a mind frame of you feeling like you have to beg for scraps, like you have to work hard for breadcrumbs. They put you in that energy of you having to do the most just to get a little in return. And the more you interact with this person or these type of people, the more it'll trickle into the rest of your life or into the other parts of your life where you feel like you aren't deserving of the things that you truly deserve. It could trickle into you feeling like you aren't who you say you are, or you aren't capable of achieving the plans that you set for yourself. It trickles into every other part in your life. That's why I feel like it's so important this week and during this season of your life to be selfish. Okay, I feel like on this channel especially, I encourage whoever is listening to these messages to be selfish, because I feel like I don't have to sugarcoat it or anything, or I don't have to tell you not to be too selfish or anything, because that's not your problem. I feel like for whoever is listening to this, you're an overgiver. I say this often in my messages. You're an overgiver, an over nurturer. Even when you're being shown the signs to leave somebody alone or to take a step back, you will still keep pouring into that person, or you will still keep trying to light a flame with this person that doesn't want to be lit, and you end up burning yourself. You end up hurting yourself in the end. But in this era, in this season, we are free from the belief of having to do the most to get a little love in return. We're free from feeling like we have to bend over backwards to get breadcrumbs in return. Okay, because like I said, the more you hold on to these people or this person that's making you feel like you have to do the most to be loved or do the most to be appreciated, it's like the more it'll trickle into the other parts of your life. But I feel like for whoever is listening, you're also very strong. You're not new to having to release people. You're not new to having to let go of certain relationships. And once you do let go, that's when these people start to feel the fire you two had, or that's when they start to feel like, oh, this person was healthy for me, this person was somebody I should have probably held on to. They realize it too late, and then they try to come around or try to reach out when it's too late, when you've already healed from it. Okay, and during this time, you're being called not to keep reopening wounds with yourself. Once somebody shows you who they are, once they tell you who they are or what they want, or once they fully present their energy, believe it for what it is. Okay, we're no longer pushing and pulling for scraps. We're no longer pushing and pulling for the bare minimum. Okay, because that's part of the process of freeing yourself from, like I said, the affirmation of this week is, I am free from unhealthy personal beliefs. And it could be a part of you that believes that you have to do the most in order to get a little in return, or you have to do the most in order to receive healthy love. And that's so not true. Okay, that's not true. You loving on yourself, you being authentically yourself, should attract the right love for you. Okay, and it won't feel hard. It won't have to feel difficult. Okay, so I feel like this week or during this season of your life, I feel like you could, if you are a single person, you could be really craving companionship in some type of way. You could be craving new friendships, and all of that. Even if it's not necessarily a person, you could be craving more money during this time. But I feel like everybody always crave that. But it's like you could just be feeling almost desperate for certain things, but you're being led in the season of your life to just show up authentically as you and allow things to come to you. Okay, of course, apply pressure where you feel like it's necessary. Like when it comes to your finances, if you feel like you have to do a little bit more digging or a little bit more looking, or you know what, I feel like I seen this message yesterday that just popped up on my timeline, and it says, ask for what you want. Ask for what you are desiring right now. During this time, you could just be needing to simply, and this could be specifically for your finances, you could be needing to just simply speak up for what you want during this time so that it could come in, because it could actually be right here, but you could just be needing to speak up on the things that you need right now. Okay, however that applies to you, you could be needing to speak to somebody that could help you get the things that you need. This person is blowing up my phone. You could have people reaching out to you this week that you've already closed out cycles with. You could be tempted to rekindle things with certain people, but you're being called to be selfish during this time. Okay, and like I said, I don't have to say like, oh, don't be too selfish or anything like that to whoever's listening, because I feel like you don't have that problem. If anything, you could just have an issue with overgiving, like I said. So I don't feel like it would be, I already know whoever is listening, you aren't going to go overboard with being selfish, because you are a person that's very considerate. You are a person that, always put other people's feelings before yours. So I know you aren't going to be too harsh with it, but you're being called to be selfish in a way where you aren't concerned about who's standing by you right now, or who's giving you attention right now, who's not giving you attention. You're being called to truly be who you claim to be. Okay, or put things in order in a way where it could help you show up as who you say you are. Okay, this week you're being led to be selfish. Okay, this week is a week for divine solitude, pouring into self. Okay, this is just your weekly reminder to make sure you are prioritizing yourself. Okay, because that's the quickest way to get burned, when you focus on everything else but you. Okay, I challenge you to be selfish and put yourself first this week. Okay, yeah, I feel like for the highs this week, the good energy that you could expect this week, I feel like you could be more consistent with whatever practices you are doing for your self-love, for your self-care this week. That could be the good energy that's flowing within you right now is you feel just more locked in with whatever healthy regimens you've been creating for yourself. You could be, the most consistent that you've been in a while when it comes to your, you could be just working out. You could be focusing on, your skincare, your overall health. You could be focusing on your finances. You could be making sure you put in those hours or connecting yourself to the resources or the right people so that you could, bring in more money, and you're just taking yourself more seriously during this time. Okay, that's the good energy that you could expect during this time. And I feel like as far as the low vibrational energy or things that you could be needing to be aware of this week or in this season, is you feeling desperate. Okay, you don't have to, like I said, you don't have to do the most in order to receive love. Okay, you could have the energy of just really craving some type of affection from somebody. It could be from somebody particular, or it could just be from anybody. You could just be really craving affection during this time, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you're being called to find healthy ways to stimulate yourself. Okay, you could be needing to spend more time with, if you are connected to any children, any nieces, nephews, stuff like that, you could be called to do more activities with them, do more, childish activities with them that could help bring out your inner child, and help you feel like you aren't missing that affection because you're spending that time with them. Okay, but just be aware of that. Okay, don't feed into the feeling of being desperate, or you feeling like you need to talk to this person, or you need to interact with this person romantically or anything like that. Just stand on business this week. Okay, that's pretty much what I'm trying to say. Now's the time to really stand on business. Okay, this is also a time where it's been raining a lot. It's a lot of rain, lightning, all of that. And to me, this is like the energy of, it's like a cleansing energy to me, where it's a clearing out of all the things we don't need. Okay, and right now you don't need the stress of who's by you and who's not by you, who's riding for you, who's not riding for you, who's loving you, who's not loving you. You don't have time to worry about that at all, really. Like, now's the time for divine solitude. Lock in with you and the Most High, and those who that you're supposed to be loving on right now. Like I said, if you are connected to any children or anything like that, even if you're not, just pour love into who matters the most right now, and it's you. Okay, you have a whole list of things you could be tending to as far as yourself during this time. Now's the time to stop running from it. Okay, find joy in tending to that list of plans that you have for yourself. Okay, yeah, that's all I gotta say. Make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button, and stay tuned for future messages. Thank you.